Hello and welcome to glennzb TV for Tuesday, the show that puts glennzb into your virtual headset. Yes, I'm bringing New Zealand to the world, and the world to New Zealand. This Jamie Lee Ross, Simon Bridges saga, I can't get my head round it. And it's because I can't really tell them apart. Which one's that? And which one's that? That one. Is that Jamie Lee or is that Simon? And then is that Simon? Is that? There's just it's two guys with weird hair product and questionable skin. And look, even when you see them side by side, I'm not sure which one's which. I can't tell who the good guy is and who the bad guy is. Or if indeed ever... Actually, I'm just starting to think if I've actually ever seen them in the same room at the same time. Tell you what, man, things are bad in Florida in the aftermath of Hurricane Michael. I had no idea but until Trump turned up there today, and that was the best camera shot that they could come up with. It's so bad. That's Governor Rick Scott and that's Donald Trump. You're just going to have to take my word for it because, they couldn't even clear the camera lens. That's how terrible it is there. No, it's bad. Well, isn't this fantastic? Apparently, it turns out that there is a fetus inside Meghan Markle. Well, that's just great, isn't it? As they're on their way here, and that's her already. She's like, I've got to pretend I'm happy when really I feel disgusting, and I'm dealing with the fact that I'm going to be having a ginger baby, and so she's going to get here, and after being in Australia as well, which is never going to put you in a good mood, she's going to be like quadruple grumpy while she's here. And that will make her feel like New Zealand's not a super cool place. And really, it's nothing to do with us. It's because she'd be feeling revolting. She's married to this idiot, having a ginger baby, and there was another thing. I can't remember what it was. But none of it's going to be our fault, and yet she's going to have a terrible time. Finally, just when you thought that the Khashoggi case couldn't get any worse. I'm just going with Khashoggi. I've heard it pronounced a lot of different ways. This is the guy who has mysteriously disappeared rather than get married in Turkey. It's suspected that he got murdered in the Saudi consulate there. And now they're saying... that he went in there, and then shortly after he went in there, they now have evidence that cleaners went in there straight after. Now, I haven't seen the evidence of the cleaners. Hard to know whether they mean these sorts of cleaners or the Harvey Keitel, I'll clean the brain matter out from the inside of your car kind of a cleaner. Is that too old? Is it does that age me making Pulp Fiction references? If you haven't seen Pulp Fiction, you should see it. It's quite a good movie. But the point is, this guy, it was his job to make this stuff go away. Either way, if they did kill this guy, and even if it's just these kinds of cleaners that they've called in, that's dark, isn't it? It's got very dark. Anyway, following that up. I think Trump was on the phone with the Saudi king today, and he said, look, as far as the king knows, the Saudis had nothing to do with this guy disappearing. So I'm sure if that's what the king said to Trump, that must be the case. Trump certainly seemed convinced. And who are we to question Trump? I am glennzb. I'm not here to question Trump. I'm just here to do the headlines. Thank you so much for having me in your virtual headset, and I'll be doing the headlines again tomorrow. See you then.